Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Robyn Brown gradually rose to the unofficial title of Queen within the Brown family, a position she held not just in Kody Brown's heart but, more controversially, within the fundamental framework of their family dynamic. What began as a new chapter in their plural marriage quickly became a takeover, with Robyn manipulating events, influencing Kody's actions, and gradually driving the other women to the fringes. However, after all of the drama, betrayal, broken promises and machinations, Robyn's carefully constructed empire has collapsed. In an unexpected twist, TLC, the exact network that gave the Browns their platform and popularity, has formally ended Robyn's reign, cutting her off from the very stage she used to dictate the narrative. What about the fallout? It's a catastrophe. Robyn is exposed, humiliated and abandoned, while Kody Brown, formerly the father of a vast polygamous empire, is left with only sorrow, shame and complete isolation. It didn't happen immediately, but supporters had seen it coming for seasons. Kody's fondness toward Robyn was no longer covert, it was obvious. Christine's explosive departure revealed it, Janelle's anguish confirmed it, and Mary's agonizing quiet emphasized the dysfunction. Throughout it all, Kody clung to Robyn as if she were his only hope. And in many respects she was, but only for a while. Robyn expertly played the victim card, portraying herself as misunderstood and saddened by family division, despite the fact that many allege she was meticulously arranging every split and fracture. Fans have begun to refer to the tears, shaky voice, and sorrowful faces as acts, which are well rehearsed and strategically timed to have Kody tied around her finger. But TLC's choice to yank the rug out from under Robyn revealed her greatest fear: being exposed for who she truly is in the absence of smart editing and sympathetic storylines. The true shock came when production sources revealed that Sister Wives will continue, but without Robyn at its heart. Following internal complaints, dwindling numbers and rising fan outrage, producers purportedly discovered that Robyn's domination was no longer attracting viewers, but repelling them. For years, the show's focus moved from delving into the complexities of multiple marriage to following Robyn's continuous tears, her constant explanations for why she wasn't the villain, and Kody's more odd tirades about devotion and betrayal. Viewers turned in expecting the family dynamic, the children's stories, and the true hardships of polygamy, but instead received what felt like the Robyn show, and the ratings reflected their dissatisfaction. It reached a boiling point during the recent tell-alls, when Robyn's self-pity clashed directly with Christine and Janelle's genuine honesty, as they were finally speaking up about what they had gone through. According to insiders, even TLC bosses became tired of Robyn's explanations. What is the worst thing for Robyn? Kody's loyalty is dissolving. The guy who had once defended her at all costs was now exhausted, dejected, and beginning to turn inward with bitterness. Kody Brown had almost lost everything after putting his entire future on Robyn's story. His other spouses were gone. His children, especially Garrison, Gabe and others, openly lambasted him on national television. His reputation as a father and spouse was ruined, and his relationships were hanging on a thread. Even his once loyal fans began to wonder, what did Robyn bring to the table besides turmoil, division, and financial disaster? The move by TLC to reduce Robyn's influence signaled the start of Kody's personal decline. Robyn was no longer the gatekeeper to the Sister Wives universe, with future filming focusing primarily on Christine's life, Janelle's new adventures, and even Mary's solo path. With the loss of control came panic. There is also a financial panic. Robyn had relied on TLC payments for years to support their lifestyle, which Kody could barely afford after severing ties with his elder children, overspending on Flagstaff properties, and incurring legal fees from different property disputes. Robyn and Kody were reportedly financially upset after losing their stable income and exposure from the show. Their lavish home, once a symbol of Robyn's success within the family, now felt like a prison of unpaid bills, empty promises, and haunting reminders of Kody's failings. As the dust settled on Robyn's fall from grace, the genuine treachery became apparent. The family finally spoke up. Janelle and Christine were no longer silenced by contracts, legal threats or family guilt. and they openly admitted what many had suspected for years. Robyn worked behind the scenes to isolate them, used emotional manipulation to sway Kody's decisions, and undermine their relationships in subtle but powerful ways. Christine, previously a bubbly, lovely peacekeeper, has evolved into a passionate advocate for herself and her children, publicly questioning Robyn's crocodile tears. Janelle, the practical one, highlighted how financial decisions made behind their backs favored Robyn disproportionately. Mary, who was originally thought to be Robyn's final ally, startled fans by admitting that their friendship was nothing more than a staged act to make Robyn appear to be the glue that held the family together. Kody considered the treachery complete. He was left with nothing, no wives, no unity, and no dignity. Robyn, the woman he had given up everything for, sat alongside him in a house full of awkward silences, unpaid obligations, and the painful awareness that her queen title was based on a crumbling foundation of lies and deception. Even TLC's promise of future Sister Wives content included a disturbing caveat. Robyn's storylines would be phased out, her talking heads decreased, and no new features about her personal life would be added unless they directly impacted the remaining Brown family narratives. The lady who previously plotted behind the camera was now nothing more than a footnote in a story she no longer had control over. Kody's desperation only increased. According to sources familiar with the incident, after filming concluded, Kody got increasingly anxious, claiming that producers were purposely deleting his sequences to make him appear bad while promoting Christine and Janelle's developing star power. The once proud patriarch was now reduced to a bitter man yelling in empty living rooms, abandoned by the family he professed to love, mocked by former fans, and ignored by some of his own children. The dad who once believed he had the perfect family couldn't even get a call back from some of his adult children. And Robyn? She was no longer a devoted, understanding wife. Without cameras and sympathetic editors, her actual nature emerged, defensive, furious, entitled, and scared that without TLC's financial safety net, they would lose everything they battled so hard for. The fall from favor was not only a personal tragedy, but also a public spectacle. Social media was flooded with replies, with longtime watchers feeling vindicated. For years they accused TLC of shielding Robyn, giving her positive edits, and downplaying her manipulative traits. Those viewers rejoiced as the production's focus shifted. Christine's transformation, Janelle's new adventures, and Mary's entrepreneurial drive were the stories that the audience wanted to hear. Not Robyn's continuous whining about loyalty, or Kody's incessant talks about betrayal. Fans began using hashtags such as #RobynExposed and #ByRobyn, indicating that the tide had finally turned. Robyn attempted to preserve her job with desperate public relations efforts, teary-eyed Instagram stories, ambiguous remarks about being misunderstood, passive-aggressive Bible verses, but it was too little, too late. The empire had crumbled. Robyn's castle, which had formerly been protected by TLC cameras and Kody's unconditional loyalty, was now in ruins. Even attempts to relaunch her online jewelry company failed, as former followers inundated her comment sections with refund requests, critiques of her actions, and explicit calls for her to disappear from the public eye entirely. For Kody Brown, life following Robyn's death became a terrifying reminder of everything he'd ruined. Alone, bankrupt, his reputation shattered, isolated from children who once idolized him, he now faced the repercussions of putting all his chips in the wrong hand. Christine's engagement to a new man only made matters worse. Janelle's freedom motivated thousands other women to reclaim their lives. Despite her tangled history with Kody, Mary was forging into her own power, launching enterprises and spreading themes of strength that resonated far more than Robyn's outdated persecution myths.